Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to a new session of Social Science Children. Today we are going to see a new lesson in civics, and the lesson is about local government. Alright, so we will see first what are the three forms of government, three levels of government. We have already seen in our previous lessons in civics. The three main levels of government are the central government, the state government, and then the local government. So what is central government? The government that controls all the activities of the entire nation, right? That is called as central government, right? So that is the highest power in the country. Then what about the state government? It is the government which takes care of a particular state. Okay, so it takes care only a particular state. So that is called as state government, and this state government is under the control of central government. Then what about the local government? It is under the control of state government, which takes care of the regions in urban and rural areas. Okay, that is what we call it as local government. So the small organ of government, a very small division of the government which is under the control of the state government, is called as local government. So we have seen about this already in our civics lesson. Now we will see in detail about the local government. So in this chapter we are going to see in detail about the local government. So it is also called as local governing body. Okay, so it is also called as local self-governing body, which means they will take care of themselves. That is called as local government. Okay, so why is it called so? Because people from one particular locality, or it can be a village, it can be a city, it can even be a town. Okay, so people from one particular location takes care of themselves. That is called as local self-governing body. Okay, they governs their communities, and then it operates in three-tiered structure, which we are going to see in detail in this lesson. And as we all know, India is a very big democratic country, so it is not always possible for the central government or the state government to solve each and every small problem in the country. And every time the state government or the central government cannot come inside a small problem, right? So that is why we are having these small organs of government, which we call it as local government. So here you can see India is a vast country that it is not always possible for the central or the state governments to get involved directly and solve matters at the local level. So when it is a small issue within a particular place, it can be solved by themselves. So for that purpose we are having this local government, right? Then so this local self-governing bodies, okay, local government is also called as local self-governing bodies. So they understand the local issues better and come up with a better solution. So central government, as we all know that the seat of the central government is in the capital of the country, right, which is in Delhi. So if there is going to be a problem in a very small village in Tamil Nadu, they will not understand what exactly the problem is. Even though we explain, okay, it will be easy for the people who live in that area to solve the issue practically. Okay, so to give a practical solution, it would be possible only for the people who live in that particular locality, and that is why we need these local governing bodies. So they are more effective in solving the local problems. And this democracy is, as we all know, democracy is all about the participation and accountability, which we all know that they are the key elements of a democratic government, right? So participation, that is when it is in a local government, each and every person of that particular area will participate, right? The same way everyone is answerable to the other person. So that is why we are having this local government, right? So for solving all the issues within a locality, a small issue, at the same time everyone is participating in the governance of the country, we are having a small form of government, a strong and proactive local government. It will ensure that everyone is participating and everyone is accountable at the grassroots. Okay, what is meant by grassroots? Grassroots means at the basic level. So even if it is going to be a small village or small town, okay, this local government will ensure that everyone is participating in the activity of governing this locality, right? And there are two main types of local self-governing bodies. One is rural areas, that is for villages. So we are dividing this local governance into two. Okay, so one is for rural areas, that is for villages. Then comes urban areas, which includes all the cities as well as the towns. Okay, so now we will see about the classification. So this classification is completely based. Why is this classification made? Why we are dividing villages separately and cities separately? Because the lifestyle is completely different. So city lifestyle will definitely not match with village lifestyle. The same way the problem is completely different. Will you even imagine a problem relating to agriculture in Chennai? Impossible. But when it comes to village area, the problem might be related to agriculture also. So there are some problems which will not happen in city. The same way some problems will not happen in village. So the problems are different, the lifestyle is different, the way people live or people mingle itself is completely different, and that is why we are having separate classification like this. So is there because the lifestyle is different and the problems that people face in rural areas are completely different from the problems faced by the peoples from towns and cities. So the problems are completely different, right? Usually village will not face scarcity of water because there will be more lakes, rivers, even many wells will be there. But in case of city, May month, no one will get water. They will be waiting for a tanker lorry to come. They will be waiting with their pots to fill up the water, right? Yes. So problems are completely different. So the separate form of government should be there so that the problems can be solved in different ways. So now we are seeing the classification. So as we have seen, when it is going to be a rural area, it is called as the entire part of the entire organ of the government is called as Panchayati Raj, right? Then if it is going to be urban, then it is called as municipalities. Okay, so municipalities. So this Panchayati Raj is further divided into three. One is Zila Parishad, then comes Samiti, okay, then comes Gram Panchayat. Okay, so here you can see it is further, this urban society is further divided into municipal corporation, municipal council and Nagar Panchayat. So in this lesson we are just going to see what is Panchayati Raj and in detail about the Gram Panchayat alone, right? So as I told you, if it is going to be an urban area, okay, so it is municipal corporations for purely urban area, okay. So if it is going to be complete high-tech city, for example, we say like that. Okay, so larger urban areas, the area is bigger, then it is going to be municipal corporation. So for example, we say it as Corporation of Chennai. So Chennai is a bigger area, so it has corporations. So municipal councils are for the places which are smaller urban areas. So for larger urban area, it is corporation. For smaller urban area, it is council. It is municipal body. Then so there are some areas which are developing, which means they were rural areas once, but now they are developing into urban areas. Okay, so for those areas, we have a separate governing body which we call it as Nagar Panchayats. Okay, so the areas which are in transition, transition means changing from one type to other type. Okay, that is called as transition. So from rural to urban, we call it as the governing body, we call it as Nagar Panchayats. Then what about the rural areas? We have Panchayati Raj system. Okay, so the rural area is governed by Panchayati Raj system. So let us see what it is all about. So we all know about the Constitution of India. It was first implemented in 1950. After that, the rules and regulations or a new law, when it has to come, it has to be added to Constitution, because that is our law book, right? So every time a change is made in the Constitution, we call it as amendment. Okay, it is called as amendment. Any change that is made, we call it as amendment. So the 73rd amendment in Indian Constitution was made in 1992. According to that, it made it compulsory for any state that has a population of more than 20 lakhs, Panchayati Raj system has to be followed. That was the rule. So here you can see the 73rd amendment of the Indian Constitution 1992 made it compulsory for all states which have the population of more than 20 lakhs, okay, to follow the system of Panchayati Raj. So any state which has the population of more than 20 lakhs, it should definitely follow this system, and it is again a 3-tiered structure. So we are going to see what are these 3 tiers, right? So the basic level, okay, the first level is called as Gram Panchayat. Then comes Panchayat Samiti. Yes, so the first level is Gram Panchayat. Right? So the next level is Panchayat Samiti. And the topmost level is Zilla Parishad. Right? So this Gram Panchayat is for smaller villages. That's it. Then this comes under the control of this Panchayat Samiti. So this Panchayat Samiti is some villages joined together forms Panchayat Samiti. After that, Zilla Parishad is the entire district. Zilla means district. So this covers the entire district. Okay. So this Panchayat Samiti is a link between this Gram Panchayat and Zilla Parishad. So we will just have a quick introduction about what is Gram Panchayat, what is Panchayat Samiti, and what is Zilla Parishad. So first it is Zilla Parishad, as I told you, it is the district level administration. Okay, so this takes care of the entire district. Then it takes decisions at the level of Zilla or district. So any decision that pertains to an entire district, the Zilla Parishad will take care, and it is responsible for distributing money and grants at the lower level. So what is that money and grants to be distributed? So there are various schemes by the government where it helps the village people or agriculture people. So there are many schemes by the government. So government, what they will do, they will just hand it over to the district in charge. Okay, so that person has to take it to the villages, and that is how it has to be distributed. Grants are nothing but amounts being given by the government. Right? So it has to be taken to the common people by this Zilla Parishad. It has to make sure that everyone gets the benefit at the district level. Then comes Panchayat Samiti. Right? So this is the middle level. As I said, first one Zilla Parishad was district level, and now this is middle level or block level administration, and it has number of Gram Panchayats under it. So Panchayat Samiti has a control over these Gram Panchayats, which means it acts as a link between these two. So this is the link between Gram Panchayat and Zilla Parishad. Then comes Gram Panchayat. So as we have seen, the word Gram means village. right? So it works under the village level and it forms the base of the Panchayati Raj system. This is the base, very strong base of Panchayati Raj system. So from Gram Panchayat we go to the next level, which is Panchayat Samiti, and from Panchayat Samiti we go to the next level, which is Jilla Parishad, right? Now, so this Panchayati system, that is the Gram Panchayat, okay? This Gram Panchayat is further divided into, this Panchayati system is all about Gram Panchayat. So this Gram Panchayat is further divided into 3. First comes Gram Sabha, then comes Gram Panchayat, and then comes Nyaya Panchayat. Okay, so we are going to see about these 3 in this lesson. Gram Sabha is the smaller level again. This is the first level or smaller level. This is the second level, which means these Gram Sabhas, next level is Gram Panchayat, and this is Nyaya Panchayat, is something which is judicial. Okay, so that is something like judiciary department of the government. We all know about the legislature, executive and judiciary, yes. So the same way this Nyaya Panchayat is something related to judiciary, which we are going to see in this lesson. So first we will see the organization of Gram Panchayat. What does it consist of? So this Gram Panchayat consists of Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat, and then Nyaya Panchayat. So here you can see a picture which is Gram Sabha, okay, a village where almost everyone in that village meet in a place, and that organization is called as Gram Panchayat. So Gram Sabha. This Gram Sabha provides an opportunity for the persons registered as voters in the village directly participate in the decision making process. So through this Gram Sabha we are going to choose our leader. So it is going to be a very small group of people, which means everyone can participate. So the key factor of democracy, participation, is applicable very much here, right? So now about Gram Sabha. It is an assembly of all the adult members of the village. So this adult word is the key word everywhere we read. Any person who have completed 18 years of age is an adult. So it is an assembly, it is a group of people where all the adult members of the village meet, right? And the members of this Gram Sabha should meet at least twice a year. So at least 2 times in a year they should conduct meeting. That is a minimum requirement. They should do that. And then in these meetings, what do? They'll just sit, talk and go? No. They have to discuss how the particular village or that area can be improved, how the welfare of the people can be improved, how the developmental activities has to be taken. So all these has to be discussed by them. So in these meetings they should discuss about the welfare and developmental activities to be done in that area and how it has to be executed. So they should very well plan about what has to be done in that particular area and how it has to be done. So that discussion has to take place in this Gram Sabha meeting. So the welfare, what are all the welfare activities? So maybe if the road is under repair, the road is not in a good condition, they should make a decision that the road has to be repaired. Or if a new road has to be laid down, that has to be decided. Then everyone has to be given electricity and clean water. So that has to be taken care of. So like this, many important decisions are starting from this level. So here, as it is a very small group of people, everyone can easily participate, right? So the welfare activities include building or repairing of roads, then supply of clean water and electricity, that is everyone should get. Okay, and then building of schools. Maybe if there is no school in that particular area, they can decide that we should build the school and they should contact the concerned authority for that, and the further steps will be taken. So all these has to be decided in the meeting, and the most important function of Gram Sabha is to elect the members of the Gram Panchayat. So Gram Sabha is all the members of that village. Gram Sabha comprises of all the members of that village, but in that group, when we elect and make them as a leader, those people forms this Gram Panchayat body, right? So, and they should monitor their activity. So, we choose someone as our leader and we make them as the Gram Panchayat head, right? So, that person's activity has to be monitored by this Gram Sabha leaders, right? And that is all about Gram Sabha. See you soon in the next session with further more details. Thank you, children. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.